my 4-member audience. Welcome. I'd like to start by thanking everyone for taking the time to be here. We're going to learn a little bit about wise spending habits. Financial guru Dave Ramsey tells us that it's never too late to turn things around and that you are your only obstacle. What does that mean? Well, over half of Americans believe that it is too late to start building a savings. We're here to discuss why not only is that incorrect, but also just how much stress you can take away by just changing a few things and practicing these wise spending habits. So wise spending habits, not to be repetitive, can improve your life in 3 ways. Your wife too, if you're married, she'll be happy with it, I promise. So it can improve your life in 3 ways. That's number 1, by making sure that you're prepared for retirement with long-term savings goals. Secondly, by helping you with short-term savings goals, make sure that you are better able to get the things that you want out of life. And thirdly, by helping you have an emergency fund. This is crucial when it comes to unplanned expenses. So we're going to talk about all that, but we're going to start with retirement. So what is retirement? I think as you know, you graduate high school, and that's one of the things you hear people talk about, but it seems very far off. What do we even need it for? So essentially, that's just preparing you for the end of your career. You're going to want to stop working one day, but at the same time, you're going to need the money to make sure that you can keep your lifestyle. You want to stop having to, you want to not be able to go on vacation suddenly because you don't have any money because you didn't prepare. You're still going to have a mortgage. You're still going to have taxes. It's just better to be prepared. Now, this can be achieved in a couple of different ways. There's some financial products out there, as they call them. IRA and 401k are going to be the most typical ones that you hear about if you're not a government worker. I'm going to choose to tell you about the 401k because that's what I have the most experience with. So I was 36 years old when I started saving for retirement. So a little behind the ball. Turns out the average American starts saving for retirement at 31 years old. So those of you that are younger than that are already started, kudos to you, you're ahead of the game. So at 36, I did start a 401k with my company. So essentially the way that works is I elect a certain percentage of my paycheck to go into this fund, pre-taxed, so I never even miss it. It never enters my budget. It's just an easy way to save long term. And the best part is I get some free money out of the deal because my company, as does many other companies, offer what's called a contribution match. So essentially how that works is up to a certain percentage, they will match your contribution, essentially doubling what you're saving every year without any financial impact on your life whatsoever. So I definitely recommend checking that out. That's going to help you get ready for retirement, which it seems far off, but it's going to be nice when it gets here if you're prepared. So now that we've talked about that, definitely want to talk about short-term savings goals as well. Now this is going to be more your savings account. What's that for? Well, it's for a few things. So short-term savings goals can be, got a new TV you want to buy, a new PlayStation just came out, or whatever the case may be, a new gaming console. You can purchase that cash without having to finance it. So when I was younger, anytime I wanted something, oh yeah, let's put it on the credit card. Let me buy a new car and not put anything down. And yeah, it's great. I still had my stuff, but it wasn't until I actually sat down with a financial planner and looked at how much interest I was paying just to have the same stuff and how much money I wasted. Not the way to do things. So now I'll tell you what I personally do. I get paid, pay the bills out of the check that are due, have my standard operating expenses, fuel, food, whatever the case may be. And then just the day before the next paycheck comes in, take whatever's left in the checking account, kick it over to savings, and it gives me something that's building towards a goal, whatever that may be for me, whatever that may be for you. Just an easy way to do it. Another thing that savings account is for, in addition to purchasing goals, it's going to be that emergency fund. Now we talk about stress. This is the biggest stressor when it comes to finances. Everything's going well, you have an unexpected expense, it's not in the budget, what do you do? I'll tell you a personal story. I once had a car, was on the way to work and the transmission failed. I did not have the money to fix it immediately. It almost cost me my job. I was scrambling for rides to and from work, and it was all because I wasn't prepared. I did not have the money set aside for those types of things. It might be a transmission, it might be your AC unit in July when it's 105 degrees outside. It might be an emergency medical bill. We all have them. They pop up for everyone. It's just best to be prepared. So today we learned about why spending habits and how they can make your life better by being better prepared for retirement, by being better suited for your short-term spending and savings goals, and by also being ready for any type of emergency expense that comes up. So remember, as Dave Ramsey said, it is never too late to turn things around, and you are your only obstacle.